Back in Florida, the hurricanes began hitting us early in the fall of 2004 and 2005. I didn't mind. It gave us a couple of days off from school, but the downside was that we had to stay indoors. Eventually the power went out, so there was no internet, no TV, no lights, not even hot water for showers. One of my fondest memories in these storms, though, was when my mom and dad would read to me and my sister the Chronicles of Narnia by candlelight. My journey on literacy didn't start there, so I'll go back a little further. In 2001, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone were hit in the movie theaters. I wanted to go see it, but my mom said for me to read the book to see if I had any real interest in it. I was adamant against reading, since this was my first chapter book, and I felt I couldn't do it. However, when I started reading, I felt a strange connection to the character of Harry, seeing as I had just received glasses and have green eyes as well. Harry Potter would become the first series that would begin a list of books to come to my attention. I didn't just start reading. I devoured whole books entirely. I began reading from older authors to the moderns, such as Christopher Pike's creepy tales, to Lemony Snicket's morbid account of the Bloody Ear Orphans. I had an insatiable hunger for stories, and it followed me to South Carolina when I moved up in 2007. When I moved up to South Carolina, I was already in 7th grade. I don't remember many books from that time, except for a series that dominated me and an author that kept me captivated. The Dark Tower series by Stephen King. This was a challenge for me as a reader, and seeing as Harry Potter had ended, I was chomping at the bits for a good tale. I found it in The Dark Tower, a tale of Roland, the last gunslinger, on his quest for the tower and facing obstacles as he soldiered on. I was able to finish the series by the end of my 8th grade year, so while it kept me captivated, it was at the same time exhausting. During 8th grade year, however, I began to see how stories taught us real-life lessons. With George Orwell's Animal Farm, I took a new look at the way stories are read, interpreting, analyzing, and looking at the content helped me gain skills of perception that, without them, I would be lost in the higher English classes I was about to take. Between 9th and 10th grade, I began to take an interest in the blossom of young adult literature, ranging from Rick Riordan's The Kane Chronicles and Percy Jackson, to Susan Collins' The Hunger Games, mostly to pass the time. My family also introduced me to a second-hand bookstore, where I traded in numerous books for credit, called Mr. K's. Within the 11th grade, I was introduced to Miss Atkins. What a thrill it was to discover such exciting classics: Macbeth, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, 1984, The Canterbury Tales, and Beowulf, oh my. However, as I was in Miss Atkins' British literature, I was introduced to poetry, a form of writing that was so lovely and simple. It almost became my new addiction. John Donne, sonnets, Robert Frost. They wrote such casual pieces, yet weaved a story that was pleasing to me as a reader. I was always analyzing each detail, trying to pick out what the poem was literally saying. And I loved it. Now I'm currently in Miss Atkins' AP English Literature Comprehension class, having read the prominent works of Shakespeare, such as Hamlet and his sonnets. Poetry still is frequent in this class, but it is very enjoyable. And as the end approaches, A quote comes to me. Polonius asks Hamlet, "What are you reading, my lord?" Hamlet replies, "Words, words, words." And as time